I've got a bit of a wonky project here that I'm gonna unwonk in my way, and I wanna show you how I'm gonna do it just in case you come across something like this. I'm gonna do this as a welder fabricator and an artist. I'm gonna do a lot of eyeballing, but I'm gonna use measuring tools. So this is that hand-forged cross that a gentleman brought me that he wanted to have the names and the dates put on. I've cut them out of stainless steel with my plasma cutter. The thing is, this cross doesn't exactly stay straight. Nah. And I like that. I really like all of the character in that cross and that it was made by hand. That is so thoughtful. But what am I gonna do about lining these up? Do I line them up like this? Are they going to put that cross in the ground completely perpendicular with this big long point and just have that kicked off to the side? Or are they going to make sure that the top, the focal point is straight, meaning that's gonna be kicked out? Or are they gonna split the difference? That would be my guess. If it were me placing this thing, I would probably split the difference. So that I'm gonna try to arrange those numbers as well as the names, you know, sort of. And I also used a little creativity and liberty with the font. I didn't make it perfect, as you see. This isn't straight, and that's kind of intentional because the straightness is gonna get lost in this completely unique custom organic piece. So I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use this square to draw a line parallel with this one and with that side, and then I'm gonna split the difference. A lot of this bar was still straight, so I was able to draw a parallel line with both, and now I'm going to split the difference with those two lines. I've got a bit of the superpower for eyeballing, and so I confirm it with my ruler. Looks to be about 5/8, about 5/8 to move the outside of my mark there. Jawline, that's my new reference point. Now that's my new horizontal reference. I'm gonna hope that's a 90. I double check myself. Oh yeah! Because of the bend in the horizontal, there's a bit of a gap difference there, and it's a 1/4 inch difference, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just barely. I didn't even split the difference, I just evened them up just the slightest little bit without throwing off my new reference, what I like here. So this line and this line, see how they're pretty well across? I'm thinking when I set my stuff up in reference to those lines that I just made, it's gonna look good. Let's see how it goes. Kind of found the center of where that name was, and I kind of just made it line up with my line. You have to use your imagination. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't know how to explain it because this is on a curve, it's kind of weird, but I can see a straight line through it, and I have it lined up with that. Do you see that? So now I'm gonna tack it, set it up, tilt it this way, tilt it that way, see how everything looks. Moment of truth as we pick it up and adjust it and see how it looks. And as my dad used to say, we ain't building pianos here, but we are building a headstone adornment, so let's make it look nice, huh? I really had to crank down my hood for that one shot. Is it okay if I jam a cross in your yard just to check and see if it's straight? Thanks. Yep. Did you know that the Higher Ground shop is located conveniently next to a funeral home? I'm serious. My little torpedo level is too sensitive for this. I think I've got it set up pretty much like split the difference all the way around. How's it look? I think it looks pretty great. I think that'll do. Mark took a look at it and signed off on it. He works over here at the funeral parlor. He's actually the one who came to my house the night my aunt passed and wheeled her out. It's a tight-knit community we have here. Lots of hats being worn by a lot of people. Super duper. I'm gonna go ahead and weld this up using my 309 stainless wire, which is used when you're welding dissimilar materials like stainless steel lettering onto a carbon steel forged cross, because 309 stainless has a higher ferrite content, meaning there's less dilution of the weld puddle and it will be more resistant to cracking. Less resistant to cracking. It will resist cracking more. Truly, I could have just eyeballed this. I did a lot of measuring to show how you could measure and split differences and figure out how to do this, but I think I'm pretty good at just eyeballing, seeing what looks good. Fortunately, this worked out. I think it worked out. I'm gonna tag the guy who ordered it.